Gold Rollers right here in the sessions on 107.6. I've been joined in the studio with Franco Morgan. Hello.
Hey.
And you come to the microphone. I can't quite hear you. And you come.
I'm here.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah.
You've been here before.
Yeah, we were in a year and a half ago with my band Bear.
Bear.
Bear Naked, not Bear.
Okay, Bear Naked, not but right. Okay, we'll mention them again later on. Tell me a bit about yourself. Tell me a bit about your music and why we're here.
So yeah, I guess for the last couple of years I've been mainly focusing my writing on Bear. We haven't done anything in the last 7 months, and I've got a bunch of songs lying around, and I thought to myself, I'm going to pick these up and make an album with these and rewrite some of them and see what I can do, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much it. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll kick off with song number 1. Tell me about the song.
So this actually I used for the band, but it never really made it onto the main EP. So we have an EP out called The Places We Should Be, which has 6 tracks on it. But this song was one of my favorite songs of ours, but it never made it on. So I'm going to use it for my own stuff.
Sure, by all means.
Questions. Money around just to spend another night forgetting where I'm from. Tried to be profound, but it's something that I've done. In this strange turn that I could burn to the ground. I got nothing to care about here. I got nothing to care about here. I'm standing over this town. So many unknown. This city holds no answers. So many unknown. Wings with wax and string, will it break? Will they sing? Just ignore the snapping sound before I fall and hit the ground. I'm standing over this town. So many unknown. This city holds no answers. So many unknown. Paradise is a myth you see. Falls through the ground. I'm afraid of what might be. I'm afraid of what I find. I'm afraid to stop breathing. I'm afraid to love again. I'm afraid to be something more than you see.
was Franco Morgan and his track Questions right here on the sessions on 107.6. Thank you very much for that brilliant track. That dynamic thing, that was absolutely brilliant. The whole song went like that across. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. If people are tuned in on the Facebook live feed and tuned in on FM, how can they be in touch? Have you got a Facebook page, a Twitter feed, social media?
Yeah, so everything is Franco Morgan with a C. So I got a Bandcamp that has the Bear stuff on it. It's got my solo stuff on it. It's got some covers on it. I got SoundCloud that's basically just demos.
Right.
The Bear album is on Spotify. Facebook, Franco Morgan Music. That's about it, really.
Right.
I don't really use Twitter.
We've got an ongoing feud here with the sessions on about Twitter, but that's a different story. We'll tell you about that off air. It might involve swearing because I'm so frustrated with Twitter at the moment. But anyway, that's a different story.
Family show.
It is a family show, that's it indeed. Right, we'll mention your Facebook, Twitter, not Twitter, we're not talking about Twitter. Your Facebooks and your Bandcamps and your SoundClouds again later on in the show.
Yeah, sure.
Tell me about song number 2 we're going to play.
I have a thing where a lot of people say that my music is too sad.
Okay.
Cheer up, it's too sad. Write a happy song. So I tried to write this song that was sort of like bluesy and happy and used a lot of chords in it because I was, just messing around one day and I came up with this little idea. It's now slowly becoming one of my favourite songs to play, but it's very short. It's only like a minute and a half. But it's called Reliant. It's hard to say that I'm breaking my bones so that I can try to keep you around. I used to be so defiant, now I feel so reliant on you. Can't go a day without needing to say something to you, or I feel I'll lose you. I used to be so defiant, now I feel so reliant on you. What I would do if you packed up, left me to do my own thing. 'Cause without you, I feel I'll just lose my mind. Spend so much time just thinking of how I could have kept you around. Well, it's hard to say that I'm breaking my bones so that I can try to keep you around. And I used to be so defiant, now I feel so reliant on you.
That was Reliant by Franco Morgan right here on the sessions on 107.6. Again, thank you very much. Interesting chords in there, that rundown thing with the pinky. I'm watching, I'm listening. Right. Tell me about any up-and-coming gigs or shows you've got. Now, we discussed this off there, so we're going to have to intervene on my question here. I'm interrupting myself here. You don't have any gigs coming up?
No, so I played a couple when I got back. I hadn't really played a gig in, I don't know, I had 8 months. So the last gig I played was the Bear farewell gig before, because it was a farewell because I moved to Toronto in Canada. So when I got back, first thing I did was book a couple of shows just to get back into the feel of things. But I decided to go back. I'll go back in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Meet up with some old friends, some musicians, and hopefully play some gigs. Because last time we didn't play any.
In Toronto.
But I have myself to blame for that.
Right.
I didn't go out and do it. This time I gotta make some things happen. You know? But nothing in the radar so far.
So if you've got any gigs you want to promote in Toronto, be in touch and I'll see what I can do for you.
If anyone wants to come out,
I'll see what I can do. But yeah, by all means, please do send me stuff when you've got any new stuff released, anything you want.
thanks.
to
Yeah, I will
get
do. Yeah, hopefully have something out soon.
We're going to move on to your EPs and demos. We'll mention them again after the next song. We'll mention your Bandcamp and your Facebook pages again, and we'll do all the things again. But we're moving quite quickly to this interview today, which is fine.
I don't have a whole lot to say, to be fair.
That's okay. That's fine. I'm enjoying myself.
Good.
Tell me about song number 3.
Song number 3. So, one of the things I did with these old demos of mine is I went back and listened to them and thought, what's missing from this, you know? So this song in particular, I always really liked it, but I was like, something's missing. But what was missing was a chorus.
Okay.
You know, you don't realize it sometimes. You've got like 3 parts, not one of them's a chorus, and you're thinking, what is it? So I went back and I rewrote a chorus for this song. I think it's quite good now. It's still a work in progress, I think, but I'm going to play it. Can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
I should have spoke up, I held my tongue. Now I can't say nothing to no one. 'Cause it's an excuse, but it's been a long time. You still keep me waiting at the back of the line. Captivated by people that I barely know. I got friends that are asking me what the hell's going on. But I've been on my own now for so long, just waiting on something or someone to show. Well, what can I say? Maybe I'm better off this way. 'Cause I made it through spring, living on a shoestring. And I can't take much more, oh, before I close the door. Well, sit with me now, 'cause there's a world to pass us by. If all I got is you, well, that's just fine. You help me to lose all of my kindness, and you still keep me waiting at the back of the line. Well, what can I say? Maybe I'm better off this way. 'Cause I made it through spring, just living on a shoestring. maybe I'm better off this way. What can I say? Guess I'm better off this way. What can I say? Maybe I'm better off this way. What can I say? Guess I'm better off this way. 'Cause I made it through spring, living on a shoestring. And I'll send you postcards from time to time, from way back here, the back of the lane.
That was an absolutely beautiful song.
Thanks.
It was
It's called
called
Back of the Lane.
Back of the Line. There we go. Thank you very much. I wrote down, I've actually wrote down, if you can see that in my scribble, shoestring, because you mentioned shoestrings a few times. Back of the Line, and there was another one you mentioned a few times. I was going to write it down, but never got a chance.
Yeah.
But I couldn't
Just had
quite.
one of those moments. Like,
I couldn't quite work out what it was called.
yeah.
So thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks.
I like that kind of storytelling, song storytelling thing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It's hard to do. For me, I find it difficult to write songs like that, but sometimes you get it right and it's good.
Here's a bit of a curveball question,
Yeah.
I suppose. We didn't discuss this off air. This is a
Oh.
totally new. I was threw this one at you. We're doing it live as well, so we're not pre-recorded this show or nothing. We're doing this live. Where does your music come from? Is it? I mean, in history. I mean, is it a family thing? Is it something that you did at school? Is it something you did?
Oh, I see. It's an interesting question. I don't really know. I mean, I guess when I was growing up, my brother always just was blasting Weezer and
Right. Okay.
Garbage, like the band
Yeah,
Garbage, and like Cardigans and stuff like that, you know. And I always just coming through the ceiling, just always listening to it. And I was trying to listen. I think I was listening to Will Smith and Eminem and stuff like that.
Okay,
I was
right.
watching,
Right.
shamefully.
Well,
But I grew out of that, you know. But my mom always listened to, my mom and stepdad always listened to music, you know, like all the time. Like they'd have a few drinks and they'd listen to music, and like Queen in particular, and Status Quo, and like Bob Seger, and so my family definitely loved music, but none of them really play it at all.
okay.
So when we were on holiday one year, our first ever family holiday, my mom overdid it with the travel money, the spending money, and my friend was selling a drum kit. I was 15 at the time, I believe, and we were talking about it on the way back. She's like, "Oh, well, we can buy it if you want." We go, "It's the spare money now," because we didn't have much money growing up, so like it was nice to have a little bit extra to be able to buy
the
a
special
musical
thing,
instrument. But when I think about it now, that kit only cost me like £60,
Mhm.
and it was at Zildjian cymbals with it, and I think it was a Premier kit as well. It was a
Right.
nice
So that's
kit.
no,
But
nice
my
kit
friend
for
had no idea. Like he was
What
just
it
like,
was-
"No, I just want rid of it." I'm like, excellent, great. So then I got it, and every day I played the drums every day for like a year or something, until my parents came in and were like, could you just wait till we leave the house?
Fair enough.
please?"
Yeah.
So then it started to become more like a practice routine, and I joined a band and then met loads of other musicians, and it turned out I was quite good at it.
Okay.
So I just joined and met loads of musicians, and I played in lots of different bands, and I really enjoyed just playing different people and playing different styles of music and stuff like that. And I wasn't sure what I was doing with my life, so I went and I studied music. I didn't do very well at school, so I had to do my hires in music and do my H&D and a degree. And when I was at university, when I was like 25, 26, then I picked up the guitar, because they were like, you need to have a melodic instrument.
Yeah.
You can't just play the drums. I'm like, okay. So I started singing, I played guitar, and it wasn't the best at first. My first performance, I played a cover by, Hide and Seek, Image and Heat.
All right. I know of it. Yeah.
I played that in front of the entire music community, like all of the years at university, because I was just, and I think I got halfway through the song and realized that I was playing the wrong chords for the entire time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I had to stop, and it was pretty embarrassing. But I pushed on from there, did a bit more, and I was doing okay until I met Bear, and that's when it sort of became this whole thing.
Right. Okay.
Met these like 3 really talented musicians and songwriters who really helped me grow as a songwriter and a musician and a singer. And a few years later, here we are.
Here we are now. Yeah.
Yeah, and it all just happened.
You've made it to the top. You've made it to East Coast FM.
East Coast FM.
Thanks very much for that story. Thank you. Interesting. I'm always interested to find out where and how people get into music, and and it's always an interesting story to hear that.
It is kind of nice because some people are just sort of grow up around it and they play it all their life.
Yeah.
And I met so many people who are like classically trained or just folk musicians or people that just play on the side. Because everybody plays guitar, right? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody has a story, I guess.
That's
which is good.
Yeah, but that's why we're here, supposed to find out the stories, to find out the music from other people.
Yes.
Before we move on to your 4th song, tell me more about the 2 EPs you've got on the Bandcamp.
Yeah, so
and you've got demos as well. You've got 2 EPs that are the Bear Not Bear stuff.
Yeah.
And
so the main Bear EP is The Places We Should Be. We recorded it at the Lighthouse Studios. I don't think it's called that anymore. It was with Mark Morrow.
Okay, Mark Morrow. Yeah, I know the name.
He's a very good engineer. Like, it's a little plug for him if anyone wants to record their EP. And he's reasonable rates. So we did 2 days with him, and we did these 5 songs, and he mastered them and produced them, and for something like £400, like really cheap, really good. And I'm quite happy with what we've done with that. But we wanted to do an album. We had 12 tracks or something, but we couldn't afford it. You know, we didn't have time. So before I moved out to Toronto, I dove into like our archives, and we did lots of recordings, amateur ones and videos and stuff like that. And I picked like the best of the other songs. I made an EP called Lost Track, which is the other EP we have. But that's not on Spotify, that's just on the Bandcamp.
Right, just in the back.
And then the demos is just all my songs that I put together, recorded well. Yeah, that's on there. And often I put covers up and stuff.
I was going to move on to covers. That was going to be another question, but I might wait and see. Anyway, right, tell me, so it's just Franco Morgan into Facebook? Franco Morgan Music. We found that out today, didn't we? We found that out the hard way. Anyway, right, I do like a cheesy cover here in the sessions. I do like a cover.
Yeah. Do you want me to do one?
Yeah, we've got song 4 to do first.
Okay.
And we have got time for song number 5. There's no hassle, there's no worry, there's no...
I got a cover.
You got a cover, in it, right?
A cheesy one.
Well, we've had a few bands in, we've had a few different acts in, and we've had the likes of The Boys Are Back in Town, and Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 a couple of times, different people doing it. Brilliant classic songs. Yeah. And I call them cheesy covers, but they're not really cheesy, but I find it interesting, again, to hear bands or artists like singer-songwriters and their take on a song, how they hear it in their voice.
Right.
So The Boys Are Back in Town was an acoustic thing, like similar to yourself, and it worked because it was their version of that song. So if you've got something that's
hard to do, like a cover of that,
yeah. If you've got something that's really quite well known, that'd be a good one for me to have. Okay. And I can keep it on the system, and I can play them as a whole string. You see, you can play 4 or 5 cheesy covers. I'm throwing this at you, and we're doing it live, so I'm throwing this 5th song at you. So we'll move on to song number 4.
Okay, so song 4 is this song I always play. The first song I say I always play it live. It's a reprise of an old song. So the old song's called I Said, and it was the first song that Bear did. We did a little animated video for it. And it's a reprise. I call it If We Could Go Back. So I'm going to do that into another song called Shake the Ghost because it's very short, so I'll just do the 2.
Shake the Ghost.
Yeah. So we'll start with it. If we could go back. If we could go back, maybe we do things a little bit crazier and do the things we want to do, say the things we want to say. don't worry. I got scars to prove that I'm no fool when I say that I can't say that so fly away, go back to where you came from, and I'll go back to where I came from. We'll never know, no, we'll never know that I said I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I said I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, I do. I could write a song for you, using metaphors and imagery, letting you know what I mean. Why don't I keep it simple then? Really fuck things up, but don't take that the wrong way, 'cause I mean it with love. I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay. And I see the people from my past, how they're growing up so fast. I'm just standing still. I'm just standing still. Shake the ghost of the man that I am. Shake the ghost of the man that I was. Shake the ghost and lead me in. Shake the ghost and lead me in. Lead me in, teach me to swim. Let me try, teach me to fly. Lead me in, teach me to swim, teach me for I can never know. Lead me in, teach me to swim. In this place I call home, feeling so far from it all.
That was it. If we could go back and shake the ghost, performed by Franco Morgan, right here in the sessions on East Coast FM. I thought I'd got that wrong there, but I've written it down. Thank you very much again, cracking track.
I had a little chord malfunction in the middle there.
Nobody else noticed. It was fun. We won't mention it again. Shh. Thank you very much for coming in. We have got time for this cover.
Okay.
Before you go, we've got a few people on Facebook tuned in. We've got Paul Fraser saying hello, so he's saying
Hello.
he's one of the presenters here, so he's saying hello and he's loving the tunes. And thank you very much, Paul, for being in touch. And before we move on to the first song, tell me again about your Facebook pages, your social medias. I know we've done them already, but please do them again.
Yeah, okay, so Facebook, Franco Morgan Music, Bandcamp, Franco Morgan, SoundCloud, Franco Morgan, Instagram, Franco Morgan.
What we'll do is easy peasy, just like that. What we'll do is before you go, we've got a cheesy picture underneath the banner, like we did before, and we'll put a wee link on our Facebook page to your Facebook page, so we can all find each other back and forward that way. Right, let's move on to this cover. Tell me about this cover.
Little fact about this cover, actually, I learned this the other day. It never made it to #1 because When Doves Cry was #1 at the time.
Okay.
So it was #2
Right.
by Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
And it should have been #1 because it's excellent.
Should be #1.
I wanted to play. I actually was thinking about doing a cover of Thunder Road, but it's too many chords. So. All right. Get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say. Come home in the morning, go to bed feeling the same way. I'm nothing but tired, and I'm just tired and I'm bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer, radio's on and I'm moving around the place. Take a look in the mirror, wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, 'cause I'm going nowhere. Well, I'm just living in a dump like this. Something's happening somewhere. Come on, I know that there is. Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Sit around getting older, there's a joke somewhere, it's on me. Shake the world off my shoulder. Come on baby, the night's on me. On the streets of this town, they'll be carving you up alright. You gotta stay hungry. Well, I'm just about starving tonight, dying for some action. Sick of sitting right here trying to write this book. Need a love reaction. Come on baby, just give me one more look. Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Can't start a fire, turn around, worrying about a broken heart. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark.
That was Franco Morgan's version of Dancing in the Dark, of course, by Bruce Springsteen. #2, I've been told. Didn't make it to #1. That's a shame. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. I was almost singing along to that track, but I decided not. Almost. I've been told not to. Right. Thank you very much for coming in. All the best in everything you do.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for having me.
If you ever return, be in touch.
Yeah, will do.
Please, if you've got any friends or anything you've on the go across there, be in touch. Let me know about it, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Nice one.
Yeah. That's it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue the sessions tonight with a track from a band called I Am Pluto. This is Memories of My Last EP. Yeah, we're clear. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to